Today I was asked a question, and I don't know the answer. Hi, this is Greg from Mystery Honey. So, if you have been keeping up with my YouTube channel, which honestly there's not that many people who do, so don't worry, I'm going to fill you in. I bought quite a few Buckfast queens this year, and my bees decided to let these queens out, let them lay a lovely pattern, beautiful pattern, wow, and then they killed the queen off and made their own queen out of her brood. And that happened to all of my Buckfast queens. Now, I made this point on my YouTube channel, and I've had quite a few people commenting and messaging saying the same thing happened to the Buckfasts. This is a common occurrence when you're trying to introduce a breed of bee, so like Buckfast, Carniolan, something along those lines, Caucasian, to mongrels. The mongrels need that queen, especially if you leave them hopelessly queenless. So they need her, so they'll release her and they won't kill her straight away, but they are looking for that brood. They are wanting to produce their own queen because she's of a different ilk and they're kind of xenophobic. Now, I was asked by someone, how do you stop this from happening? Now, there are means and ways of reducing the chance of this happening, but it isn't always a be-all, end-all. One way to do it is to make sure that you have the youngest bees possible in that nuke when you are releasing that queen. This is quite difficult because if you look at bees, they're quite hard to differentiate. They're going to be there for quite a long time picking out the young ones out of the old ones. So how do you make sure that you have a large concentration of young bees to make a nucleus colony out of? You go through the hive, you shake all the bees off the frames into the bottom box, and you find all of the frames with open brood, and you fill one of the boxes full of that open brood. You place the queen excluder underneath it and put it on top of where you've just shaken all the bees into. The open brood will attract the youngest of the bees up through the queen excluder, so it means the queen can't get up there. Very important when you're making a nuke. And all those young bees will start feeding that larvae. Those are the bees that you're going to want to shake into the nucleus colony. Now, this doesn't guarantee that the queen's going to be released by these young bees and she's going to become the head of the household, but young bees are the most forgiving when it comes to a new queen. They just want a new matriarch. There's always going to be some sort of friction when it comes to introducing one of these breeds to mongrel bees. The best thing you can do is introduce them into the same type of bee. So Buckfast queen to a Buckfast bees, Carniolan queen to Carniolan bees, etc. So I'm just going to end this video asking for those who have more experience of releasing Buckfast queen successfully into a mongrel nucleus colony. How do you do it? What tips and tricks do you use? Maybe you can fill other people in. Okay?